it is Waterford against Dundalk as Group 1 of the Extratime.ie esports cup continues. Waterford with the win against UCD/Shells and JS Kabaya last night. Dundalk with a 1-1 draw against Cork City. Eric Finn back with me, of course, a professional FIFA player. Eric, what are you expecting from this?
How's it going, Nushin? So far, I think Tyreke Wilson did very well in the first game, and I think he's going to manage the ball very well again this whole 90 minutes. So I'd imagine a dominant performance from Tyreke Wilson myself.
Tyreke Wilson is representing Waterford for Dundalk. It's Dan O'Kelly from Dublin, but very much a Dundalk player. And Dundalk go on the counter-attack. Dundalk in the white jerseys and Waterford in the blue strip. And they've got the ball back, and it's out to O'Connor, who is, of course, from Dundalk. Michael O'Connor spent some time with Dundalk as well, and a few other clubs. Here's McElhenney. On the attack, Duffy goes. Dundalk moving at a bit of pace. What can Dano do here? Dano is dispossessed. That was really poor control. Had all the time in the world and just ran into a Waterford player, Eric.
Yeah, I must say I was very surprised. He had a lot of space to run into, but he decided to kind of cut back into the player. So hopefully he won't do that again for his own sake.
So Waterford on the counter-attack, but they're quite deep. They don't have anyone really stretching the defence. They do now. It's Longbottom. Longbottom is dispossessed. Great stuff by who else but Chris Shields, the most solid man in the league. Forward they go, looking for Hooban. They can't find him. Waterford on the counter-attack. O'Connor just with a simple slip ball forward, but Waterford have given it away again. Both players kind of playing nervously this game, rather scrappy so far, as Duffy goes on the attack and plays it in behind. McElhenney is chasing after it, and Waterford give away the corner. And there was no real need to give that away, Eric, was there?
No, you see, if you're taking a risk if you're passing the first time, especially with the league itself and the nerves from the players, you know. So I'd imagine he won't be passing the first time anytime soon again.
Kelly tried a shot. It does come to Smith. Smith can't get a shot away. He's crowded it out. It's really good defending and bunching by Waterford. How difficult is it to get it under control, and how tempting is it always just to kind of hit it first time for the pass?
Well, me myself, I'm a very direct player, so I'm usually very flustered.
Waterford coming direct. We'll come back to that point in just a second. But it was poorly executed again, and Waterford really should have done better there. Tyreke, who's had a game, just like Dan Kelly has had, showing, I suppose, a nervousness there.
Yeah, I suppose if Tyreke Wilson probably thinking about if he gets the 6 points, he'll be nearly dry and clear. But for now, it looks like Dan Kelly is shielding him off with Dundalk.
Dan Kelly could do with a win to launch himself back into this one. A draw wouldn't be the worst result, but it would be 2 draws in a row and just 2 points. However, he'd have 2 more games to see himself through. 2 groups of 5. Top 2 in each group go through to the semi-finals. All, of course, the money we raise going to the Cystic Fibrosis Ireland. I saw an interview with Joe Brolly recently. He's actually done some fundraisers with them in the past, and he says to teach kids how to say it, they get them to say 65 roses, because it sounds like it. It's a really great cause, and we're really delighted to get behind it and help out if we possibly can. It's something small we're doing here. Eric are doing what we enjoy doing. We're commentating on football, and Dundalk are doing what they do best, scoring goals. It's Patrick McElhenney, and a beautiful finish as well after a beautiful cross.
Yeah, he did very little wrong there. Just crossed it nicely in, pinpointed across to McElhenney, and a ball driven into the ground under the keeper. Very little anybody could do about that.
I wonder, do the players get confused between reality and this? Like, will Dan O'Kelly say to Patrick McElhenney, "God, I gave you a nice assist last night," and will Patrick be looking at it as if to say, "I don't know what you're talking about"?
I'd imagine Dan Kelly's in WhatsApp groups as we speak, sharing the goals that he scored with his friends.
Will Hooban count the ones he gets on FIFA? He strikes me as the kind of guy who would.
I'd imagine so myself. Yeah.
I'm winding up, of course, as well. I spoke to Patrick a few times after games, whatever. And like all the Dundalk guys and most guys in the League of Ireland, unbelievably sound guy, always giving him his time. Here comes McElhenney again, looking for another goal. McElhenney, it's taken off his toe. Not the first time he's been denied, but he has got a goal. Waterford coming forward again. Tyreke, well, as we say, he has the cushion of that 3 points last night, the win against UCD/Shells/JS Kabaya, but doesn't want to slip up here. Has time to pull this one out of the bag. Gannon, who loves to overlap, loves to get forward. Tries to play one in behind for Kelly, couldn't find him, and Hooban was there as well. Just trying to think, has Tyreke had too many chances? I don't think he has it. One maybe off target. Could create one here, but it's weak and it's easily saved by Rodgers.
No, I must say I'm very surprised by Tyreke, because the last game he handled the situation very well, kept position, didn't really fall under the pressure. But this game it seems the other way. Seems very hesitant on the ball, and I'm not very impressed. But we'll see as time goes on. Maybe the next half he'll have a start.
Take it easy on him, Eric. It's
No.
for charity.
See, I'm so glad that it's for charity, but at the same time, I'd love to see these boys step up virtually as they already have in the real world.
How far off your standard are they? And I'm not saying that to try and wind them up or wind you up, but you are essentially a pro player. So, like, how much would they struggle against you, these guys?
The
Non-professionals.
How long's a piece of rope, you know? No, but I'd imagine a lot. But there's only one way to find out. Maybe we can sort out a game between myself, even yourself, Oisin, if you're ever up for it.
No, no, absolutely not. I always lose in Space Invaders. Oh, that was close, but it just wouldn't come back inside for Hooban.
Yeah, I must say it was a great turn and a great finesse shot from outside the box. You don't see them too often, but when they do soar into the top corner, you do be very proud of yourself. So he was very unlucky there.
You know what, Eric? Ever since you challenged me, I'm trying to think desperately. When was the last time I actually played a game of any kind of football on a computer? I think it might be PlayStation 1. I won
You're
one.
really showing your true age now.
I won one in 1998. The year I did my leaving, I won a PlayStation. My mother wasn't too pleased. Half time, 1-0 Dundalk lead. The goal coming from Patrick McElhenney. Hooban went close as well. The goal coming after 27 minutes in. Well, you know, it's not obviously real minutes, so it's kind of dog minutes. But so we're resuming for the second half. What does Tyreke have to do to, I was going to say get back into this game, but to create more chances? He's still obviously in it. He's only 1-0 down, but he hasn't created a whole pile of chances.
Yeah, so I think he needs to hold on to the ball and stop being so direct myself. So I guess we'll really see. There is gaps opening up in the defence of Dundalk and Dan Kelly, but it's really up to Tyreke Wilson if he's willing to take them.
So Waterford trying to thread the ball through. Wilson has got it back, having lost it, then he's pushed off it. Smith tries to lay it off for Kelly. Long bottom inside. Waterford potentially in behind here. It's O'Connor. Squares it. This has to be the equaliser. It is. Well, Tyreke Wilson has done exactly what you said he should do. Held onto the ball, strung a few passes together, and opened it up for Kutu. Planted home, 1-1.
Yeah, I must say, a very impressive cross again. We seem to see a lot of crosses in these games, but whatever is working, you know, and I'm very impressed by that cross. A very powerful cross. If he missed that, I'd have been very surprised. But 1-1 so far.
So Waterford on the counter-attack. Dundalk get the ball back and then give it away. O'Connor. So Scottish player Kutu's got the equaliser for Waterford. They're looking to go ahead, but that's really well cut out. Fantastic defending from Dundalk. Vinnie Perth must be proud of his team, but really it's Dan Kelly's team because he's playing against Dundalk tonight, Vinnie Perth. Unless he's behind Dan telling him what to do and we can't see him on screen, then he really can't claim any credit for this. Or John Gill as well. Bizarrely enough, as we commentate on this game, Ayr are replaying a game that John Gill and I co-commentated on, and not for Ayr, but for News Talk as it was at the time. Here comes a shot, which is saved by the goalkeeper. I just realised that was a very irrelevant story to this, and no one cares but me.
It's okay, I care.
Oh, thanks, Eric. You were probably like a very small child when this game was on. 2005 Setanta Sports Cup Final, or the Setanta Cup Final as it was known then. It only became known as the Setanta Sports Cup I think a couple of years after it was launched. This is a real rabbit hole that we're going down, and no need to do it. So Dundalk on the attack. McElhenney looking for Hooban. Hooban's a long way from goal, the Galway man. And he's dispossessed. That is the difference between this and the real world. There's no way Hooban would get knocked off the ball that easily, and he would not give it away as easily. Dan Kelly, you are doing your teammate a real disservice. Here comes McElhenney.
That could be a red.
Ended. But you see, he wasn't going clear in on goal, was he? So maybe it won't be a red.
Oh,
McCourt gets a yellow.
I think he got away with it there. He was coming in at a certain angle that looked to me it could have been from behind. And the referee obviously saw the same as yourself, Oisin.
Chris Shields chips it in, but only as far as the goalkeeper, and that's really, really poor from Dundalk. Keeper goes short with the goal kick. And Waterford try and play it through the middle. And then go backwards. I wonder, with both sets of players, as in Dan Kelly, who's controlling Dundalk, and Tyreke Wilson of Waterford, consider a tactical change. Is it something that you do very much in games as Dundalk dispossess and come forward? We'll come back to that point. Hooban wants it, but I'm not sure he's going to get to it. And Waterford get back and defend again. A draw would be a good result for Tyreke here, because as we say, he got 3 points last night with that victory over Jace Kabaya/UCD/Shelburne. Remember, if you want to donate to Cystic Fibrosis Ireland, the links are constantly popping up on screen here. This is, of course, the Extratime.ie esports cup, and we're delighted to have you along. Would we rather be watching real football? I know I would, Eric. I'm not so sure about yourself. But we don't have it at the moment. This is the closest we have. This is a way for all of us to stay together. As a shot is released, and the goalkeeper makes a really, really fine save. Murphy getting his right hand to it. No, actually, it went down as a wide. Well, I thought he got something on it.
It was a really well-worked play, actually, so I'm very sad to see that go by the post. But we'll see now. He has another 15 minutes to try and make something. Both of these guys do, so
now
we'll see.
Pause cued by Tyreke Wilson. What does that mean?
So basically, he's pausing the game and probably going to make some sort of substitution or tactical changes, because in and around this time myself, this is kind of key. Substitutions are so important this year in any game of FIFA, even in real life as well, just to kind of flare your attack again. You know, the counter attacks usually in the last 15 of any football match are livid, so it's just to kind of preemptify that.
And can you spot that in certain players, that their energy levels are down, or how does it work? How do you pick the player to bring off?
So if you look in the left and right hand corner, obviously you can see the players' names. The blue bar over it, usually it's completely over, say, the black mark. But as time goes on, that blue line gets shorter and shorter, which marks out and labels stamina.
Yeah, my line would have been gone by half time. Murphy, the goalkeeper, has to boot this one, and does, but only as far as the white jersey. I think it was Chris Shields winning it for Dundalk, but again, they can't make much of the final ball, and Waterford will come away with it. So far, it's not a bad result for Tyreke Wilson. It's not a great result for Daniel Kelly, because he drew with Darragh O'Connor of Cork City last night. What a reaction, by the way, by Darragh O'Connor to scoring a goal as himself. This is the only time I get to say the player is playing with himself, and for it not to be a dirty joke. Darragh O'Connor getting a goal as himself last night. I wonder, will that make the edit? Gareth Penrose, is he going to cut that one out? I'm not sure. I think he should leave it in, because technically, right, the players are playing with themselves.
Absolutely, I completely agree with you.
I won't keep repeating it. Dundalk going for a winner here, and I think it's fair to say Dan Kelly is a more need than Tyreke, and he's got it, and it's a fantastic finish, and it looks pretty blocky, but I think it's Patrick Hooban, and a change being made.
I wish I could tell you what happened there, Roisin, but it looked like the defender intercepted the ball, but for some reason or another, he kind of let the ball drag through, and it actually went through to the striker, who then had a clear shot on goal against keeper. Well,
Dundalk have the lead, and it is Patrick Hooban. I could tell him in any world, in any universe, and I could tell by the finish. Sometimes, and again, we have to keep social distancing just to get serious for a moment. So we're actually sharing a screen with Gareth, who's showing us the game. So sometimes it's a little bit blocky, because there's so much traffic on the internet right now. The screen that we're seeing, it's not perfect. So sometimes it is hard for me to make out players, just as it is in the real world for any of you who listened to my commentaries last year on Extratime.ie, the Premier Division. We're hoping to bring those back, by the way, when football gets going again. That is a discussion for another time. I appreciate the FAI have far more important things on their mind at the moment. And Dundalk have another goal on their mind. It's Slogan, who's got fantastic hair, but in that particular incident, he was more than a hair away from the posts.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe the player got tired in that situation.
Keeper got a leg on it, I think. Yeah, corner. So it's swung in. Oh, it's 3-1, and I think it might be Hooban again, or is it Kelly himself? It's Hooban. Hooban with his second of the game. Hooban with 2. McElhenney with 1. And Dundalk are going to cruise to victory. It is art imitating life.
This result itself really blows this group open wide. It'll be very interesting now for the next set of games. Anybody could really go up.
And Dundalk in behind again. Goal difference might count, so they might try and tack a few on. It's Kelly who has a shot, and hits it straight against the keeper. And Dundalk have got the victory that Daniel Kelly needed. He's now on 4 points. Waterford remain on 3 points. Earlier on, Finn Harps losing out to UCD. Finn Harps have only played 1 game, to be fair, but they're on 0 points. UCD on 3 because they lost to Waterford last night. Cork City yet to play their second game. They're only on 1 point. So, Waterford lose by 3-1. Tyreke Wilson, who started with the win, plays his second game tonight and loses to Dundalk. Daniel Kelly needed that, as we say. Remember, more action to come over the next couple of days. We've got 2 groups of 5. All the Premier League teams are being represented, and all of this is for a couple of reasons. One, we have nothing better to be doing. I'm sitting in my bedroom commentating on what is essentially to me a cartoon because I don't play FIFA football. I might do now, Eric. I might take up your offer of a game. You're doing it out of the goodness of your heart because you know this game. You're a professional FIFA player. We're really grateful, by the way, to you for your time. And as I say, the reason we're all doing it is because we just need to fill that void. Another reason, and the main reason, is because we're raising funds for Cystic Fibrosis Ireland, and the links have appeared on screen and are probably on screen now as we talk. And you can follow those links and donate what you can. So that's it for the night. Group 1, its second day, has thrown up a couple of big results and maybe even surprise results. Waterford losing by 3-1 against Dundalk. Eric, my thanks to you.
Thank you very much, Roisin.
We'll be back with more action tomorrow. Stay with us. Follow everything that's happening in the Esports Cup via Extratime.ie or the Twitter address, which is at Extratime News. Also, you can go to idonate/Extratime esports cup, and you can donate money to Cystic Fibrosis Ireland. For now, it is goodbye.